tournament. It took Coach Care 15 seasons as coach to build a program to one that could compete at the state level, but he gave all the praise to his team. The state golf tournament took place over a 2-day, 36-hole span at Lake of the Woods Golf Course in Columbia, Missouri. After competing in their first 18 holes of day one, the Pioneer golfers were not feeling very confident. It wasn't their best day on the course. They posted a team score of 318, which they believed would put them out of medal contention. Fortunate for the Pioneers, the first day of play was a tough one for all teams. And a day before social media and instant information, the Pioneers were back at the hotel when Coach Care returned at the end of the day to share that despite their score, the Pioneers were tied for first place with Kirksville High School. Day 2 in Columbia was much more state champion caliber play for the Pioneers. Possibly a bit more relaxed and confident, the Pioneers posted a Day 2 team score of 307, good for a 2-day team total of 625, 9 strokes better than St. Francis Borgia and Kirksville, giving them first place in the 1995 Class 3 State Golf Championship title. Let's meet the team. First, class of 1995, Nick Jacobs. Nick shot a 2 over par on the second day of state tournament, giving him a 10th place finish in state. Class of 95, Greg Ledwan. Greg parted in 88 on day 2 of the state tournament. Class of 1995, Jay Story, who finished day 2 of the state tournament with an 84. Class of 1996, Tom Vogt, who led the state championship charge with a 5th place finish, shooting a day 1 77 and following it up with a 73 on day 2. And freshman on the team, class of 1998, Jeremy Reidelberger. Jeremy chipped in a 77 on day 2 of the state tournament. Duchesne golf coach Ron Kerr would be proud to see the accomplishments of these fine men today, both personally and professionally. Even back in 1995, he knew it was a special group. Mr. Kerr was quoted saying, "No one on this team wanted to disappoint anyone else. It was a team program that brought us together." Pioneer Nation is proud to present to you the first in school history, the 1995 Boys Golf State Championship team. All right, and then our second group. We are thrilled to welcome back our 2015 Class 2 Girls State Championship soccer team. It has been 10 years since these ladies wore not only their Pioneer jerseys proudly on their back, but also a big target after winning back-to-back state titles in 2013 and 2014. Coach Turner loaded up the Lady Pioneer schedule with top-level St. Louis programs to be sure the team would be battle-tested and ready for postseason play. On the Pioneer schedule that spring were soccer powerhouses like St. Joe's Academy, Webster Groves, Elias Catholic, and Ursuline, just to name a few. The Pioneers entered postseason play with a regular season record of 10-7-2. The district tournament was played at Duchesne in 2015, and the Pioneers wasted no time in claiming the Class 2 District 6 championship with a win over Orchard Farm 2-0, and then the championship title, a 4-0 win over John Burroughs. The sectional game saw the Pioneers defeat Lutheran North 11-0. The Pioneers then faced crosstown rivals St. Charles West in the quarterfinal game and came away victorious with a 4-2 win and a return to the state Final Four in Kansas City. The semifinal and final state games were two of the most tightly contested games played in the Pioneer Final Four experience. The first matchup for the Pioneers was Springfield Catholic. Hannah Shambro struck first for the Pioneers, and Jane Skaggs tallied the game winner. The Pioneers won 2-1, sending them to the state championship game. The championship game was played on Saturday, June 6th, and the temperature was a definite 100 degrees in the shade. The Pioneers faced off against St. Pius X out of Kansas City. Courtney Reimer and Maddie Goki each scored early in the contest, and we were on our way to an easy victory until we weren't. St. Pius responded with vengeance in the second half when forward Sydney Ross scored 2 goals of her own. The game looked for sure to be heading to overtime when Hannah Shamrow made a run down the left wing and found Jane Skaggs trailing through the middle. With 1:19 left to play in the second half, Jane hit a cannon that landed in the back of the net. Mrs. Turner allegedly blacked out in celebration and later vowed that she would name her first daughter Jane. The Pioneers completed their back-to-back, and now we add back, state championship run with a thrilling victory. We are so proud to have back on campus our 2015 Class II state championship team. All right, let's meet the players. First senior on the team, class of 2015, Kylie Johns. Class of 2015, senior Emily Cardwell Johnston. Class of 2015, senior Sam Starowski. Class of 2016, juniors on the team, Ryan Keelty. Class of 2016, junior Meg McDonald. Class of 2016, junior Courtney Reimer. Class of 2017, sophomore on the team, Peyton Bodden. Did I miss anyone? Good. Assistant coaches that year were Jen Elmendorf Penworthy and B. Travis. And then head coach was Patrick Turner. All right. So, congratulations to both of these state championship teams. We are proud to have our past reconnect with our present. You're wonderful examples of what Pioneer Nation strives to be. And thanks for being here today.
All right, welcome Pioneer Nation. Those of you that are tuning in a little bit early, we just had our pregame celebration where we were honoring our our 1995 golf state champions, first ever in program history there, Mike. That's one heck of an accomplishment there.
Yeah, that was a great team. My daughter was in the program on JV, I believe, at the time. But, yeah, those kids were outstanding.
Just incredible. So, on top of that, we had the 2015 girls soccer state champions. That was part of the massive 4-year run where the Pioneers were able to win state 4 years in a row. And just incredible. It's great to have those ladies back yet again. It seems like every year here for the past few years they've been coming back. Well, that's because they just kept on winning every year, Mike.
Right. What was it, 4 years in a row?
4 years in a row, yeah. Yeah, and then a third place after that.
Yeah.
Took a year out, didn't make the playoff or the Final Four then, and then came right back in 2019 and won again. So a lot of history here with this women's soccer team for the Duchesne Pioneers. And we are about 6 minutes away from kickoff, and we will officially then get going. But just wanted to kind of bring everyone up to speed on what was going on there. We're going to kick back here for a little bit as we get ready for our national anthem, our starting lineup, and then we will bring you live Pioneer soccer action from a very windy Frank Barrow Stadium in 5:45. Here we go.
strong, privately held global technology service provider with over 30 years of experience, helping the world's largest and most innovative organizations think differently about technology and how it can drive their business forward. We've got smart people who can help you learn about the latest tech, acquire new skills, and train your team on the solutions integral to your organization's success. We work with our clients by developing collaborative partnerships that give them a holistic view from infrastructure to experience and everything in between. Create your account today at wwt.com and clear your path forward.
The Zach Flackemeyer State Farm Insurance Agency is here to help with car insurance, commercial auto insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, and more. Their office opened in 2016 to serve customers in Florissant and St. Charles, as well as surrounding St. Louis County with all their insurance and financial service needs. Zach is the State Farm Chairman Circle Agent, which represents the top 3% of agents across the nation. Contact them today by calling 314-921-7900 to see how they can help you and your family.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for some Duchesne Pioneer Soccer here live at Frank Barrow Stadium. I am Jason Boschert, joined here by Mr. Mike Ryan. Mike, how are you, buddy?
Well, I opened my mouth, and the very first thing I said was incorrect tonight. So,
you know what? I don't think anyone out there was taking notes on us, so I think we're okay.
I was actually doing some paperwork, and you mentioned the boys' golf, and I thought you were talking about the girls' soccer. So, no, my daughter did not play in the boys' golf program.
She didn't? Okay.
No.
Well, you know.
I wanted to clarify that.
Hey, you know what? Speaking about girls that are playing in the boys' sports, we actually have a lady on our team right now, Ella Burke. She's out there on the field holding the flag. She played for the boys' hockey here. And we'll get into that in a little bit, but we are going to start with the national anthem and the lineups.
Okay, I'm back. Before we announce the starting lineup, I did want to give a special thanks to Veritas Christian for allowing us to hold our pregame ceremonies tonight. We appreciate you guys. At this time, would everyone please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for our pregame prayer and our national anthem. God our Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. And finally, we pray for your grace that you would provide us with the endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son. Amen. Because of the high winds tonight, the Pioneer ladies will be holding the American flag out on the field. And our national anthem will be performed tonight by Tiana Newman. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Awesome. Thanks, Tiana. All right, let's meet our starters. First, for our visitors from Veritas Christian Eagles, Starting at goal, Addie Murrell. Starting at midfield, number 1, Elle Steimel. Starting at midfield, number 2, Ella Arnsmeyer. Starting at midfield, number 3, Samantha Kofelt. Starting at midfield, number 7, Tegan Ryan. Starting at forward, a junior, Autumn Huey. Starting at defense, number 12, Anna McNeil. Starting at midfield, number 14, Caroline Wagner. Starting at midfield, number 21, Natalie Ficklin. Starting at midfield, number 22, Greer Vickers. And starting at midfield, number 31, Abby Pills. Veritas is coached by Jack Baldwin, assisted by Richard Hardwicky. And now let's meet the starters for our Duchesne Pioneers. Starting at goal, a senior, 0, Maddie Danker. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 2, Sarah Smith. Starting at forward, a senior, number 6, Katie Stockhausen. Starting on defense, a junior, number 9, Brooke Kammerer. Starting at midfield, a freshman, number 10, Charlie Pirtle. Starting at forward, a senior, number 11, Madison McCarthy. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 13, Naomi Grizzle. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 14, Violet Saheda. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 15, Allison Slattery. Starting on defense, number 21, a sophomore, Leah Krupich. And starting on defense, a sophomore, number 26, Daly Meyer. Pioneers are coached by Patrick Turner, assisted by Claire Skaggs and Jimmy Choinka. Good luck.
You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, slide in those shin guards, strap up those boots. It is time for Duchesne Pioneers Soccer. As we kick off our campaign for 2025 here with our ladies, our Pioneer ladies home. First game of the home season. My Lord, Mike, I am just already tripping on my tongue, and I have barely started this game. How are we doing this, man? You would think this is our first game ever.
Looking forward to it. 74 degrees, really windy though, but this time of year you never know what you're going to get.
So the Duchesne Pioneer ladies here taking on Veritas Christian Academy at home. This is our home opener, 6 o'clock start here. Very windy day at Frank Barrow Stadium. We just had wonderful pregame celebrations. If you were joining along there on the live stream, where we were recognizing our 2015 boys state champions for golf, and then we were also recognizing our ladies for their soccer, and this one was the 2015 girls soccer state. And we are joined in the booth here by Miss Courtney Reimer. Courtney, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome to the booth. We are so happy to have you. And a shot on net already for the Pioneers. Wow. Less than 30 seconds into the match, and Pioneers already one shot on frame with a great save there by 14-year-old goalkeeper for Veritas. Freshman coming in here and learning the ropes here. Under fire already. So, Courtney, obviously this was, the third of 4 back-to-back state championships. What stood on your mind about this one and about the whole run, all 4 years?
Yeah, I remember this year specifically, both the semis and the finals were really exciting games. And like they said in the pregame celebration, Jane Skaggs hit a bomb to take us 3-2, which was pretty exciting. It was probably the most exciting year of all the 4.
I remember, going back here when Renee was announcing that, and she's like, yeah, and hit a cannon, I think is what she actually said. And everybody, all the girls on the sidelines are all shaking their head yes. So that must have been one heck of a shot with a lot of power behind it.
Yeah.
Very, especially for something like that to stand out in everyone's mind. Here we are 10 years later, and they still remember that shot. That's a shot with power. So we got the first corner kick of the game awarded to the Pioneers. It's brought into the box, punched out
Courtney,
by the goalkeeper.
Were you a junior or senior?
I was a junior.
Junior, okay.
Junior. And you were back to back to back. So you were there for all 4 of the Pioneer State Championships, and then you went on to play at SLU, if I'm right.
Yes.
Nice. With plenty of accolades there as well. I remember we were following your career quite closely because shortly after you left is when my daughter Belle came on, joined the squad, taking over for Peyton Bodden. And we were certainly watching you, and Pat and everybody was kind of talking about just what a great team, what a great player you were. Just so many great memories. And then here we were, her sophomore year, and we come right back and we win state again, right? And I think a lot of that is attributed to the work that you guys put in on the field here for the Pioneers. And you really drew a lot of soccer talent to Duchesne because you brought so much attention to our soccer program in those programs, which is just amazing.
Yep, it was a good bunch while we were here.
A lot of great friendships. I'm sure you probably still keep in touch with quite a few of them.
Yep. Keep in touch with a lot of people still.
Very nice. Pioneers here dominating. We are only, let's see, about 2-3 minutes in. Oh, shot off the crossbar and out. That's going to be, looks like we got a tip there by the goalie. Center ref is calling for a corner kick. That must have been a spectacular save. I was trying to look through Mike's head, and it didn't quite work there.
That's our 3rd corner kick already.
Wow.
2 shots, 3 corner kicks.
That was a great shot, too, and an excellent save there to tip that up to the crossbar and then out.
Well, Courtney worked really hard to become a great athlete, but she has good genetics. Her mom had a scholarship to, correct me if I'm wrong, Carbondale for volleyball, and your dad football at Rolla.
Yep.
From a very athletic family.
We got a lot of roots here at Duchesne.
A lot. And we certainly see a lot of your parents still around here and family members, that are a part of sports here still, cousins and such that are, still up here at Duchesne. And, just can't say enough good stuff about Ron and Terry. They're always up here supporting all of the Duchesne athletics, and I see them at the gala, things of that nature. And that's something that is really special here at Duchesne is just, we've got so much history, over 100 years here at Duchesne, and everybody is still engaged in some fashion, even after their kids are gone, they're gone, whatever it might be. Maybe grandkids are coming in. It's just it's incredible. In fact, we've got Terry Graven's granddaughter on the field here for Duchesne. As the Pioneers gain the box, and just a trickle of a shot there on frame, and that was the freshman, Charlie Pirtle. She is one of our players to watch here for the Pioneers.
Courtney, I'm glad to see since your dad retired, he started cutting the grass again. we live about 2 blocks away, and I'd drive by, and Courtney's mom would be out there pushing. But your mom loves working out in the yard. But I always give your dad a hard time. So.
Yeah, he knows how to use the washing machine now.
Oh, wow.
He may go back to work, it sounds like.
Folks, we have 50-50 raffle here tonight. Do you want to get into that? And we have Chuck up here at halftime for a gift basket. So be generous with all of our people that are selling here tonight. Thank you.
So a lot of festivities going on here, and starting off Mission Week, and we have to make sure that we pronounce this correctly so we don't get kicked off the air, but the Chuck a Duck will be happening at halftime. Looking forward to that, where everybody's going to be throwing their ducks out onto the field. And, Paul, what is the prize for winning the Chuck a Duck?
There's a gift basket.
A gift basket?
That's all I've been told. Gift basket.
Is it signed by Mike Ryan?
I haven't seen it.
The sales aren't going very well.
I don't take any credit. So, Courtney, when you played here at Duchesne, what do you think the team's greatest strengths were? You guys had a lot of speed. I remember that.
Yeah, I think different years, different strengths, but just a lot of good connections, keeping the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 years I was here, I played with my sister Jordan and my cousin Bridget. So just a lot of good team connection out there.
Well, that team revolved around you in the middle, and you did a great job. I know Bridget. What I always marveled about her was she's not the tallest kid on the field, but she always got up there and got that head to the ball and scored a lot of goals that way.
Yeah, she had her flip throw in too.
Oh, that's right.
The first 2 years.
Yeah. She is your first cousin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a fun team to watch for sure.
So for any viewers out there that are new to the sport of soccer, that flip throw in is quite an advantage where basically you can get anywhere 30, 40 yards out and make it look just like a corner kick. Get that ball right in on the box. One of the rules, though, you cannot throw it directly into the net. It is indirect, so it must be touched. Even if it's the goalkeeper attempting to save, that would then count as a goal for hopefully for the Pioneers, right? But for any team, whoever's taking that throw in. But what an advantage that is for you guys, Courtney.
Yeah, scored a few head ball goals with that in the postseason.
Was Emily Bennett on that team?
Yes.
She also could whip those throws as well.
And that is not something that you see very often. With a great cross coming over to Charlie Pirtle, top of the box, shot on, and right to the keeper.
So, Courtney, when you were at SLU, conference first team, right?
Yes.
How many years?
I think 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good 4 years there too as well.
You started all 4 years?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I looked up your biography not too long ago. It's pretty impressive, your collegiate career.
You better get your stats right, because if you don't, Mike will. I guarantee you, right? He is the statistician. There's no doubt about it. Oh, and a great ball through. Here we got Charlie Pirtle streaking into the box. Head up, shot on, and it's a goal! Pioneers up 1-0 on a goal by freshman Charlie Pirtle.
Nice pass, nice finish by Charlie Pirtle, freshman.
Pioneer goal scored by number 10, Charlie Pirtle.
So, Courtney, did you do anything with soccer after you got out of college? Just rec leagues or anything, or coaching?
No coaching, just rec leagues, indoor a little bit. Just trying to have fun with it.
Did you manage to get out of high school and college with pretty much injury free, or is there
pretty much injury free?
Nothing.
Yeah,
no lingering issues, huh? Ankles, knees.
No. I was fortunate. No knees, no ankles, no nothing.
Good for you. That's not usually the case, especially.
And a fantastic save by the freshman keeper on a great top corner shot there by Madison McCarthy. Another corner kick coming up for the Pioneers. Courtney, you're lucky because I have injured myself here in the box just calling games. So for you to make it through a soccer career without major injury, that's amazing.
Yeah, maybe just some permanent something to the brain after thousands of head balls.
Yeah.
That'll be all right.
I always kid Jason, I call those headache balls, those big arching ones.
I've gotten a pretty good education here from Mike over these, we're going into our 4th season calling here now.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's our 2nd year, but 4th season.
And we really don't like each other very much.
No, not at all.
That's pretty impressive.
Nope. When we walk out the door, folks, we don't talk to each other. We don't nod at each other.
No. Don't reckon.
And if you believe that, we got some oceanfront property in Arizona we'll sell you. Another corner kick coming on for the Pioneers. Lots of opportunities for the Pioneers here. Bouncing ball in the box. Still not quite cleared out. McCarthy on it. Swing and a miss a little bit there. And a good tackle by the Pioneers as the ref says no foul, play on. And the Pioneers maintain possession in the attacking third. So a really good look here from our Pioneers. As you're looking on your screen, they are attacking right to left in their home blue kits. Veritas Christian Academy in their white kits.
So, Courtney, what was the biggest adjustment going from Duchesne, which was really a quality program, obviously, to college?
Probably the physicality of college. Everyone's a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. You got, people who are 21, 22
right.
coming out of high school. So I would say definitely had to hit the weight room.
Don't you wish you would have played in this NIL era?
Right.
So as far as your college career then moving forward, what because I did not follow the stats here quite like Mike did. What accolades did your team accomplish while you were there?
Yeah, we won the A10 conference my junior and senior year while I was there. And then went to the
Crossover, and it's a shot. It's another goal for the Pioneers. And that's number 2, Sarah Smith, finding the back of the net with her left foot. Pioneers go up 2-0. And we are only about 12 minutes into the first half here, so a good look from the Pioneers in the beginning. Pioneer goal scored by number 2, Sarah Smith. So an opportunistic goal there for Sarah Smith. Right place, right time, and did the appropriate thing there, Mike. You see so many players that aren't confident with their left, so they try and bring that ball back over to their right foot. She did not take that time. She just quick, easy tap in with her left, and now the Pioneers go up 2-0. And once again, we're only 12 minutes into the first half here.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. You don't have to smash the ball, right, Courtney? Just place it. I mean, if you look at Messi play, I mean, probably over half of his goals are just placed. They're not laser beams. So, good save.
Shot on, great save. Wow. Great play there, too, by Charlie Pirtle on the back doorstep trying to knock it in. So, great hustle.
So, Courtney, you're here with your friends, right?
Yep.
You probably want to go hang out with them. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Once again, that was Courtney Reimer, 4-time state champion here at Duchesne, and certainly happy to have her join us in the booth.
One of the best to ever play here. Thanks, Courtney.
So much fun. So much history here at Duchesne, 100 years strong.
She was a fantastic player.
Absolutely.
As I mentioned, when my daughter was on the golf team, on the soccer program. She was on JV, but I saw all those games, and that was just a fun team to watch. They were really good. And Courtney just controlled the middle. I mean, she was unbelievable.
So if you are just tuning in, the Pioneers are leading Veritas Christian Academy 2-0 on 2 quick goals here in the first 12 minutes of the first half. We have had a lot of action here at Frank Barrow Stadium so far with the boys 2015. I'm sorry. Wow, let me start over. The 1995 boys state championship golf team. We were commemorating them. We were also here to celebrate the 2015 girls soccer state champions. And we just had Courtney Reimer, who was a junior on that squad. And she ended up winning, actually, state all 4 years up here at Duchesne. Just an incredible accomplishment. I'm sure it's one that probably not a lot of people across the country even hold that stat, Mike.
Probably not. And then went on to a stellar career at St. Louis University, which, high-caliber program. She excelled there.
Bouncing ball in the middle. McCarthy with the shot on. Great save! Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've said it multiple times, but that is a freshman, a 14-year-old freshman in net on a very young Veritas Christian Academy team, and she is holding her own. Fantastic saves there by the goalkeeper.
She's doing great back there.
And that is Addie Morell. So just congratulations, Addie. Just a fantastic game so far here. All right, and as we keep moving forward here, we actually have Tom Vogt. I'm going to hand the headphones over to you there, and then Tom, your microphone will be this one right here. Welcome to the broadcast booth, and congratulations on being the first ever golf team to win state for Duchesne.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. It's
That's
great
incredible.
That they are able to invite us back and recognize us a little bit.
Yeah, and to get so many guys up here and it's some familiar faces. So I was class of 98 there with Jeremy as well. Just really neat to just look out there and be like, oh, I know those guys.
Yeah, there's only 5 of us, but it's amazing that all 5 of us were able to come out tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
So what stands out in your mind there about that championship run, or the year in general, I guess, if you will?
You know what? From my perspective, it was building up from my freshman year. We had a really great team my sophomore year that just didn't put things together.
Mm-hmm.
But we certainly could have had the opportunity to do better my sophomore year. And then going into my junior year of '95, just had the kind of timing's everything sometimes, right? And we just had folks on our team, guys on our team that just loved the sport, and they put in the extra time outside of practice, before or after, and you just got that good chemistry, that good mix of friends who were pulling and pushing for each other, and like I said, just put in the extra work and really love the game of golf. And we're all, I mean, golf's a great game. We're all still playing,
right?
Some of us more competitively than others, but yeah, it was just a very special group.
Well, and Tom grew up playing on St. Charles Golf Course. Bob is your dad, right?
Yes.
So Bob coached myself and Paul Boschert, our president, in 8th grade at Barmea. He was the 8th grade basketball coach. So when you hit 8th grade, he took over, and we see him at all the games up here. He's still an avid Duchesne fan.
He doesn't miss too many games, whether it's basketball or soccer or anything.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But you had a number of guys on your team that had connections to golf courses, right?
Well, that, again, timing's everything.
Exactly.
Right?
So you were there. Who Reidelberger?
Jeremy Reidelberger.
They belonged to 2 different golf courses, as I recall.
Yeah, and then his parents still live off of in Bogey Hills.
Okay.
So he grew up playing Bogey Hills since he probably could walk. I'm at St. Charles since I could walk.
Yeah.
That was my babysitter during the summers, and
his family were part owners in St. Charles Golf Course.
I miss that course so much. I really do.
Well, so do I. I wish my kids could experience what I got to experience.
How many rounds a year did that course get? Do you know?
Oh my gosh.
It was a staggering number that I'd heard years ago. I was just curious if you knew.
No, I don't. You could get up to 500 players a day sometimes. Given that we had 18 holes and another 9-hole course.
Yeah, right.
And you had
I grew up on that course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss the fact, and I've talked about this with my dad so much, right? We would play St. Charles and St. Andrews very often, right? So we didn't have memberships. We like to travel and all that stuff, so we didn't spend money on memberships. So we'd just go play our municipal courses and bounce around. And I loved, like, growing up, I played out at Incline Village all the time, right? But it was nice if you had an afternoon, you could jump on to St. Andrews or St. Charles and go play 9 or whatever, and you didn't need a membership for it. And it's like, now if I wanted to do that, realistically, my son and I, we love to just run over and play 9 at Berry Hill. It's a fun course. It's inexpensive. It's challenging for our golf level, right? I'm certainly not a state champion golfer, but putt is challenging, right? I did have a hole-in-one back in '82, though, Paul.
So Tom, who else was on that team? I know they announced you guys earlier, but as a reminder,
another one was Jay Story. His family owned Mid Rivers
Golf Course, right?
At that point. So. Yeah, and then we had Jeremy, and then Greg Ledwan kind of rounded out the team with Nick Jacobs. And Nick Jacobs and I were really close.
Okay.
My junior and even my sophomore, junior year, we got really close. He played a lot of golf with me out at St. Charles. We played basketball together, just spent a lot of time. And he's one of the best athletes that I've ever met. Multiple sports. And he quit. He was a really good baseball player. And he quit baseball to play golf.
Wow.
Yeah. And
he knew what was what,
right?
Right.
Yeah. So Coach, Ron Kerr, he was a character, wasn't he?
Oh my gosh, to say the least. maybe the worst golfer that has ever walked.
I think when he started, first of all, they didn't have a coach.
Yep.
So he stepped up, and he had never played golf prior to that, as far as I remember. And he took that over and just did the best he could. And here he is. He got a state championship for Duchesne.
Right.
Yeah. First one?
What's that?
Was that the first?
Yeah, it was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He was a teacher up here for, Paul, how long? 30, 40? Yeah, long time.
He came here like in the early 60s.
He was quite the character. So what did he do? Just stand back and let you guys do your thing, or did he actually?
He just made sure that he was there so we could play.
This is the 19th hole.
Yeah.
He brought up the rear with the other coach, right?
He was a babysitter.
Yeah, basically.
And now, here we are, years and years later, and Bogey is now our home course for Duchesne High School, and obviously Denny being our golf coach, and JT as well. Just 2 fantastic guys that truly enjoy spending time, with the boys and girls. They do coach both boys and girls, and so much respect from the players when you talk to them off the field and all that stuff. Hey, how's golf going? Just we're having so much fun, right? It's like, this is great. We go up there, and if we need to work on something, then coaches are always available. And what's really nice too is Denny's said multiple times, is like, hey, if you need to work on something, even if it's the off season, you're still my golfer, right? And I want you to get better. I want to keep winning championships, which they just did last year, right, for the ladies. He's like, then you just keep coming to me. You reach out to me, and let's work on these things, and let's get some rounds in just to make you a better golfer for when the high school season comes back around. And when you've got a coach with that mentality, I mean, how do you not get better?
Right. Well, and they have the simulators, too, that they can hit on through the winter, which that makes a big difference as well.
Sure.
Yeah, we didn't have that back in my day.
No. So what did you do?
Well, kind of funny, quick story. I won't name any names, but we had a player my junior year that made it to state. He practiced all winter at St. Andrews in a net.
Okay.
No idea where the ball was going. So
wow.
When you groove your swing,
right,
and you don't know where it's going, and it's not going where you think it's going, you didn't do very well his senior year. So I stay away from. I always stayed away from that. I stayed away from the nets.
Yeah, that makes sense. So did you guys go up to Cave Springs Golf and hit drive ball? Balls?
Yeah.
So Frosty, was he there?
Frosty was there, and then it was Archway and Archwood out in Harvester.
Okay.
That was closer to my house, and that's where I was taking lessons during high school. So,
okay.
I would go out there as much as I could and practice when I wasn't at St. Charles Golf Course.
Yeah, I bet you played 1,000 rounds or more.
I could still walk every inch of that course.
In your mind?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet your dad misses it as well.
Yeah, he probably misses it more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I recall right, when they put in Tallbridge and the other areas there, aren't there still like some pins that are still out from, or maybe something marking the places for tee boxes or something like that? I thought there were still like one or two out there that they left just kind of in commemoration of the golf course.
I'm not aware.
St. Andrews did that? Okay.
I'm not aware of St. Charles, but they were nice enough, the city was nice enough to build a park within Tallbridge, and named it after my grandpa and his brother.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
And it's called Boat Brothers Park.
Right.
And if you get in a certain position, you can see where the par 3 number 6 was, and then number 7 is still kind of part of that park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that park's been there for quite a while.
Just incredible. So here we are. We've got a goal kick for Veritas. If you're just joining us, the Pioneers leading Veritas Christian Academy 2-0. We've got about 16:50 left to play here in the first half. Pioneers certainly dominating in the beginning here. Coach Turner going to his bench here. It's evened out the game just a little bit, and you'll hear here at halftime how he is looking to even up some minutes right now. With Pioneer ladies only having one squad, we've got a lot of depth here on the bench, and he wants to make sure that everybody's got their minutes. So especially late in the season when those minutes really count, they are prepared to play.
So when I believe the course closed, there were 3 guys that shared the 18-hole record. One of them was a graduate of Duchesne, 1976, Mike Colombado. I think
so. Mike holds a record I wasn't able to break. So he held on the 9-hole course.
Okay, maybe it was the 9.
He held the record of 7 under on 9 holes.
Wow.
He shot a 29. Wow. And I had one putt at one point playing with my dad once. I had a putt to tie it. Didn't make it. No.
He was a good athlete, but he played out there all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I was out there, he was there.
Corner kick coming in. Katie Stockhausen finding, looks like that was Emily Small there, volleying it off of her knee into the back of the net, giving the Pioneers a lead of 3-0.
Tom, you've been good luck so far here.
Yeah, all right. They're looking really good tonight.
So are you...
Pioneer goal scored by number 24, Emily Small!
Did you play anywhere afterwards?
Yeah, I was kind of late to make my decision, but I ended up landing at the University of Missouri in Columbia.
Okay.
Because my ultimate goal was to be on the PGA Tour, and so I had some scholarships to some smaller schools, but my Mizzou coach came in and came to our house, sat down with me, and was able to convince me to go to Mizzou. Kind of late in the process, but I'm glad I did.
Did you play the whole time when you were there?
Yeah, so I went on the 5-year program, but I ended up redshirting my 3rd year, kind of going through some coaching change and a golf swing change. So I ended up I had a decent freshman year, okay sophomore, and then my junior and senior year I had a little bit more success. But,
good.
I wanted to play against the best golfers in the country, and that's what I got to do. The Luke Donalds of the world, the Matt Kuchars, Charlie Hoffman.
You saw those guys?
Yeah, I mean, playing head-to-head with them.
That was Big 12
wow.
back then?
Yeah, Big 12. But we played – you don't necessarily play within your conference in college golf, so you play all over tournaments, play with your district teams that get you into NCAA.
Cool.
But
Very cool.
yeah, I matched up, and I couldn't get where the level that those guys were at.
Yeah,
and it was pretty amazing. You knew those guys at that time they were going to make it.
Yeah.
And I just still to this day my putter still holds me back a little bit. My college coach said he's never seen someone hit the ball so close so many times and miss so many putts.
But what a great experience for you, though.
Yeah, I'd go back and do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I think my golf game is best described by that bumper sticker that says my drinking team has a golfing problem. So I do enjoy it. I love getting out there and playing, and my son is on the golf team here with Denny and JT, and he's truly excelling. Unfortunately, just started last year, but the kid is already at my level and starting to beat me. Now, I don't want to say that, I'm not great. Don't get me wrong, right? So, a good round for me is probably mid-80s, something like that. So, but for a guy that just gets out every once in a while and has fun, hey, I'm good with that. And here he is. He's starting to smack the ball. And I'm like, I don't know if I like this driver anymore. And we'll sit up there at Case Springs, and he'll grab that driver out of my bag, and he'll go 30 yards further than me and straight as an arrow. And I'm like, yep, it's definitely not the club. It's me.
I went to a golf pro once. He told me to take 2 weeks off and then quit.
So what's your favorite course that you've ever played, Tom?
Favorite course that I've ever played is probably Prairie Dunes in Hutchinson, Kansas, where we would play the Big 12 Championship.
Okay.
Just a very unique course, one of the hardest courses that I've ever played. And it's always top 10 course in the country, and it's kind of like a little hidden secret gem. You guys might not have ever heard of it.
I have not
heard of it, but I've never played it or seen
but
it.
that's probably going the coolest to me. Okay. I got to play some fun like Doral down in Florida, Stanford's course in college. And,
nice.
Yeah, I still hold Bell Reef, still one of my favorite courses in the whole country.
Yeah, that's a man-eater there. I tell you, it's a tough
that's
course.
incredible.
I've seen some PGA events over, and it's those greens or something.
Yep.
So another substitution here for the Pioneers as they lead Veritas Christian Academy by a score of 3-0. We are 11:30 left to play here, first half action, and it is our home opener. We're being joined right now by Tom Vogt. He's part of the first ever boys state champion golf team. Back in 1995 is when they won that under the direction of Ron Kerr, and it was great to see so many of the guys here this evening being, able to celebrate and get some recognition. And then I understand that there's also a little post party here in the courtyard after all this is said and done. What a neat thing! We did something like that back in the boys season too, and we had a lot of people out there, and the school has just done a magnificent job back there, obviously with some great help from alumni, but they have turned that courtyard, which used to be a bit of an eyesore, they've turned it into just this great little venue that you can just go out, especially on a nice night like tonight, and I mean the hours just slip away because you're out there having a great time, conversing with friends, and just so much fun. Great to be a part of the Duchesne Pioneer history. And I wish I could stay. Unfortunately, Tom, I'm not going to get to. I was telling Mike earlier, my son actually has a soccer game tonight at 8, playing in the President's Cup here for the state of Missouri. So I'm going to be jetting out. Hopefully we don't go to overtime here because I'd love to make it by kickoff. We'll see if that works, right?
So what do you do now?
I work in kind of the sales and marketing area. Spent a little over 10 years at Anheuser-Busch on the sales side of things, and then work for a company called Premium Retail Services now. And I went from beer to chocolate, so my main client that I work with is Linton Sprungley, so Lint Ghirardelli Russell Stover chocolate.
Okay.
And then also work with Land O'Lakes butter. So chocolate. It went from beer to chocolate to butter.
To butter.
So, you know.
I don't know if I like that progression.
Right.
Got to be careful how much you consume.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. On all of them.
Yeah, all right.
Moderation is key. So here we are, Pioneers, Frank Barrow Stadium, getting ready to kick the lights on as the sun is starting to set a little bit here in the horizon. Your Pioneers leading Veritas Christian Academy 3-0. And it is just absolutely gorgeous. I think maybe the winds have died down just a little bit, but not much. There's still some, well, now they're whipping across on the far side. So they're going to make a liar out of me. But
yeah, we don't have the American flag up to see. They took
correct.
it down.
Yeah, the ladies Pioneer squad holding the American flag here as we did our national anthem in the beginning just because of the winds. Cross coming in here off the corner. Another shot, and that's deflected. That's going to go out off of Pioneer, so that's going to be a goal kick for Veritas coming out.
Well, Tom, we appreciate you joining us tonight, and don't be a stranger.
Yeah, for
And,
sure. Appreciate you guys having us and
You'll be
recognizing
back
us.
next year, right? You won the state championship.
Yeah, Prelude, the first back-to-back.
That's right.
Ah, nice.
Championships.
Perfect.
And then those soccer girls had to outdo us. Which is great.
Well, once again, that was Tom Vogt. Tom, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate having you up
Yeah,
here today.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
tell your dad that I said hello and Paul Boschert, and yeah, that was a lot of fun back in those days.
What I love about your dad was he never passed up a shot I didn't like. He gave me the green light. He got mad if I didn't shoot.
But we did.
Yeah, you did. No.
Yeah, he doesn't miss too many Duchesne games. He's here tonight.
Yeah, I saw him in the crowd there. Yeah, he's a great
You gonna
guy.
join us after the game?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Big
seeing.
throw in
I
here.
haven't seen the space yet.
You haven't
so.
seen space, right?
Shot coming on. Oh, just wide there on that shot.
But you know what it needs? Beer, chocolate, and butter. I think we're short.
Let me get my keys.
But thanks so much, Tom. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So that was 1995 state champion Tom Vogt joining us. That was the first ever golf championship for the Duchesne Pioneers. And we are back with some live action here as the Pioneers kind of all over Veritas Christian Academy off the Eagles here. And Eagles coach, I was speaking with him here earlier before the game, Mike, and he said, you know, he's got a good, talented squad, but they are a young squad.
Yeah, very young.
Very young squad, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to, you know, get that size, that speed, get their mind right. A lot of wisdom comes, you know, for playing for 4 years. So, and they're going to get there. It's just a matter of, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time as the Pioneers streak again. Charlie Pirtle in the box, on the ball, turns, cuts, fires. Oh, and a great save. Addie Morrell with another fantastic save, and she is having a spectacular night tonight in net.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. Freshman, are you kidding me?
Yeah, 14 years old and holding her own here against some absolute laser beams of shots here by the Pioneers.
She's one of 6 freshmen that start on this team. They start 3 seniors, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, and 6 freshmen.
6 freshmen. Wow. Now, Coach Turner excited about our freshman class here for the Pioneer ladies and talks a little bit about that in his interview that we'll play for you here at halftime, which we are about 6 minutes away from.
It was nice speaking with Courtney and Tom. You know, as good an athlete as they were, they're even better people.
Certainly are.
Yeah, we're real proud of them on both fronts.
You can really tell just by the conversation, and it's so much fun just to sit here face to face. And we wish we had cameras for you so you could see them as well, but it's probably best that you don't see me and Mike.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I second that motion.
We've got just the right face for radio. So Pioneers with another substitution. 5:30 left to play. First half action. Pioneers leading 3-0. Goals by Charlie Pirtle.
And the field's greening up nicely.
Emily Small.
Looks good out there.
And Sarah Smith. Actually, Sarah Smith and then Emily Small. And another substitution coming for the Eagles here.
So 3-0, Charlie Pirtle. Made it 1-0. Sarah Smith made it 2-0. And then, is it Emily, right?
Emily Small. Yep.
3-0.
3-0.
So far, we've got 11 shots on goal and 8 corner kicks. They have 1 corner kick.
The Eagles slotted up, played back to Maddie Danker Senior playing goal here.
You want to talk about her for a minute? Or?
Absolutely. You know, Maddie is a stud golfer who just won state, so she probably appreciates the boys coming in here and
exactly,
you know, getting to celebrate that state championship. She is also signed with Quincy University. She's going to be playing golf there, and we are very happy to have her back. She took last year off from the soccer squad so she could focus on golf. And, I mean, look what happened. She truly did focus on golf, and it paid off. Yeah, she ended up getting that state championship, which is exactly what she wanted. And now she's back to celebrate here and have a little bit of fun with a very tight-knit group of ladies. You can just see it on the bench as I was coming up earlier before they were starting warm-ups. Just a lot of friendships there, and they're gelling off the field very well, which is going to translate to probably a pretty high level of play here on the field for the Pioneers as we move forward this season.
Yeah, and you touched on it. That's one thing Duchesne is really famous for, is developing relationships, not just in sports, but in the hallways at school. And, you know, when kids leave here, you know, they remain friends, and except for Drew right here. But
ball slotted out wide there by Saheda and just out of reach for Sarah Smith, so that's going to go out for a Eagles throw-in.
Yeah, but truthfully, it's nice to see those friendships and relationships continue. You know, 15% of the people I graduated with married another Duchesne student.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's fairly common, actually.
15%. Well, I know I did.
Probably because nobody else wants us.
That's true. I wasn't going to bring it up, but, you know, since you did, I'll agree. Pioneers trying to get it out of the backfield here. Finding the easy outlet there to Smith. That was Brooke Kammerer on the ball first. Sliding right back into the middle. Dispossessed.
So Veritas is coming off a 6-8 season last year.
And there goes Grizzle slotting a ball out wide in the box. Maybe just a little heavy touch there on that first touch by Emma Lowe, but great ball. Great instinct to try and cut it back there to get that shot. Just a little heavy touch.
Veritas, though, you know, formerly O'Fallon Christian, the last 5 seasons, they were, let's see here, last 5 seasons, 13-51. Does that sound right? 13-51.
Sounds about right. Yep.
Prior to that, the prior 5 seasons, they were very successful. From 2014 to 18, they were 67-36. So,
but when you look at the matchups against the Pioneers, of the last 10 matchups here between the Pioneers and the Eagles, Pioneers have walked away with 9 wins out of those 10 matches.
Wow.
2018 was the last time that the Eagles have gotten the best of the Pioneers.
Wow.
So, minute and a half left to play, first half action. 3-0 is the score in favor of the Pioneers as they streak up the box here again. Finding Mack at the top of the box. Oh, and the pass just a little off her foot. Freshman goalkeeper Addie Morrell having a fantastic night back there. Despite giving up 3 goals, she has made some spectacular saves.
Oh, tremendous. Tremendous.
Hats off to her and the young team.
So last year we won 6-0 against Veritas.
Lowe streaking across, gets the corner to Mack, pops back out. Grizzle on the ball, Looking, taking the shot. Oh, just wide. Grizzle looking for the far post and just slots it barely wide. Nearly putting the Pioneers up almost 4-0. Score remains 3-0. 30 seconds left to play. First half action as Morrell goes to retrieve a ball from 180 yards behind the net.
The wind has died down a little bit. It looks like it's going across the field as opposed to north and south here.
Still a beautiful night, and our record remains intact, Mike. Every game we've called, we've had nice weather.
That's right. So you're exactly right.
And that is the end of the first half. Pioneers 3, Eagles 0. And we're going to go ahead and bring you some interviews that we had here at halftime here. The first one being the captains of your 2025 squad. So we'll start that one right now. Here we are, our home opener here for the Duchesne Pioneers 25 season for the ladies. And I'm going to introduce you to our captains this year. We've got Katie Stockhausen and Madison McCarthy. Ladies, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Congratulations on being named captain of this squad here, and hoping for good things. Obviously, you guys have been around the Pioneers for quite a while, so looking for some good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, what are we looking like with our incoming freshmen and our squad in general?
Yeah, we have about 5 new freshmen coming in. They're all really decent, good players. They're solid. Charlie's starting right now for us on wing. She's a really good player, very fast. She knows how to play the wing. She's very good. But yeah, we have a very strong bond with the team, so that's going to help us, especially in the long run, I feel like. Yeah.
So we were talking a little bit before this interview that, we were talking about the strengths of the team, and you think that the bond here that we've got for the ladies is probably one of our biggest strengths right now, the ability to gel and work together and, grow as a team here moving forward. So is it kind of fun when you guys show up to practice and games and you've already got that good vibe going?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
It is really fun.
Certainly a lot better than showing up with your head down thinking, oh no, here we go again, right? You got to love it when you show up smiling and everybody, seems to be really excited about the home opener tonight. Well, awesome. Well, ladies, congratulations. I hope I get to see you guys and talk to you guys a little bit more here throughout the season. So once again, that is your captains, Katie Stockhausen, Madison McCarthy, for your Duchesne Pioneers girls. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
So that was our captains of our 2025 squad. And as we get ready to start our interview with Coach Turner here, you're going to notice a lot of activity here on the field, and that is our Chuck a Duck. We got a lot of soccer state champions down there, some golf state champions. A lot of good kids here getting ready to chuck their duck into the ring, trying to get a basket. We're going to see what happens. But while you watch that action, I'm going to bring you an interview here with Coach Turner. All right, once again, back before the home opener against Veritas Christian Academy here at Craig Farrow Stadium. And I've got your head coach, Patrick Turner, with us. Pat, welcome to the season. Welcome to the home opener.
Hey, thank you, Jason. It's good to be back. Another season of soccer. Nice windy day we got here.
Yes, we do. Who knows where the ball's going to go when you pop it up in the air. I guess theme for today is keep it low and try and keep it in control. So I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, though, Pat. We're going to let you work on the coach, and I'll just go up there and have a little fun with Mike in the booth. So talking with the captains, they are very excited about the incoming freshmen. We've got a lot of good talent that came in here. And in fact, I guess Charlie being one of the starters here for this 25 squad. So can you kind of expand on that a little bit and what's your thoughts here for the squad?
Yeah, I share the captain's excitement with our freshman class. A lot of them contribute, and Charlie's going to bring a nice little spitfire to this starting lineup into this group, and let you guys see that as the play develops here. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, plays physical, She's skilled, quick, so she's checking a lot of the boxes that we want. And it's one of those we're glad she's on your team and not on the other team. So, yeah, we're
I
excited
absolutely
for
know
her.
the kind of player, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and you add that to a good returning core group. I know we were kind of at that cusp, not quite big enough to go have a JV squad, but that is going to mean a lot of depth on the bench for varsity here. Might hurt some play minutes here and there, but overall, I think it's going to be kind of a good recipe here for the varsity squad, especially as we get into the season and get into injuries and just fatigue a little bit, all that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We want to be getting these girls as much experience now and maybe rotate a little bit more at the beginning of the season to get everybody the experience, but also to keep everybody fresh and healthy and save those legs for the end of the year. But it also, gives everybody that experience early on, so when their number is called in important games, and they're ready to go.
Makes perfect sense to me, and that's why you're the coach. I just go up there and spitfire different things out of my mouth and see what happens, right? So, all right, well, once again, that's your head coach, Patrick Turner. Coach, good luck tonight, and good luck on the season.
All right, thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, buddy.
So very interesting how we get a pregame interview with Coach Turner. And he's talking about Charlie Pirtle, and here we go. First goal of the game goes to Charlie Pirtle.
Freshman.
What a fantastic little premonition there, I guess, Coach had. So,
and he's right. She does have some speed. She looks strong over the ball, and she's going to be a good one.
Absolutely. And to think she's only a freshman, right? She's only going to keep growing from there. So, it's certainly going to be a lot of fun.
9, 2, 4, 6,
as they call the 50-50 winners. Nobody seems to be jumping up and down.
Press box.
And then we are also joined here by Eve, and Eve is going to be giving us a little spiel here as we enter Mission Week. And we'll let them finish up their 50-50s. So, Eve, welcome. What have you got for us here for Mission Week?
Okay, so I just came on to share that this week, March 31st through April 4th, is Duchesne Mission Week, and Duchesne will be donating all of the money we fundraise to Heifer International. If you want to donate to our Mission Week, you can go to our website, and there are links where you can donate to Mission Week directly. Any alumni or parents are welcome to join us for all-you-can-eat $10 breakfast, 7:30 to 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 2nd. Breakfast is being served by Chris's Cakes, and if you haven't heard, you have to catch to eat.
Nice. Very nice. And Eve, you're a student up here, right?
Yes, I am a junior at Duchesne High School.
A junior. And how are you loving it?
Loving it.
Yeah?
Way more than I ever could.
I love it. We hear that a lot, Mike.
We do.
We really do.
What grade school did you attend?
I went to Immaculate Conception of Darden Prairie.
Okay. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, it's good to see you coming out from ICD. I know a lot of people from ICD like to go out west, but we're glad that you came this way. And we seem to be gaining a little bit of momentum here, especially moving into this next year as well. We're starting to pick up a lot of students coming from out west. Our enrollment is
doing
just
really well,
streaking way up from where we were, which is fantastic news. Especially as alumni, Mike and I are alumni here, and we love to see that. And then for the future of the school, as you become an alumni here, Eve, as well, and hopefully come back and support the school moving forward and stuff as well. So. We really appreciate you being here and
of course,
sharing that with us.
That's a great organization, that Heifer International.
Yeah.
It started out years ago where they would purchase a cow, not us. We'd send the money in, and they would purchase a cow for somebody in Africa or poor family. And I mean, it really could turn around their world.
Yeah, I mean, it starts a whole business for them.
Yeah, and now it's a package of animals, correct?
Yeah, it is.
It's goat, a chicken, a bunch of. So it really is. It's really a rewarding thing, and I would encourage everybody listening to make a donation.
It's amazing, all the different charities. As you were talking there, it just made me think, all the different things that we have done up here to, help others, to spread the word of God. We've been so blessed, and it's so nice to be able to use companies like Heifer International or ARC, right? When we're talking about suicide awareness, we do the Adopt a Family. There's so many different things. We have a night coming up here, April 24th, where we're going to be doing a benefit to help raise funds for Nathan Spees. He's the officer that was involved in a accident here not too long ago for St. Louis City Police. We're certainly thankful that he has survived that, but Duchesne alum, he's coming back. He was a soccer player here. There's just so many great charities that and organizations that the Pioneers have helped in our 100+ years now here in St. Charles. So very, very rich history, and it's great to be a part of. And Eve, we're really thankful that you're a part of it as well, right?
Yeah, I'm really thankful to be here. I really believe that Duchesne's community can do anything.
Yeah, I completely agree. That is well put. Well put. So, all right. So as we get ready for our second half action, we're going to go to a few of our commercials here for everyone, and then we're going to bring you second half actions where the Pioneers lead the Eagles by a score of 3-0.
Thank you, Eve.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. That's great.
Worldwide Technology is a financially strong, privately held global technology service provider with over 30 years of experience, helping the world's largest and most innovative organizations think differently about technology and how it can drive their business forward. We've got smart people who can help you learn about the latest tech, acquire new skills, and train your team on the solutions integral to your organization's success. We work with our clients by developing collaborative partnerships that give them a holistic view, from infrastructure to experience and everything in between. Create your account today at www.com and clear your path forward.
Hollander Legal has been committed to providing exceptional legal assistance and protection to families and businesses in the St. Charles community since 2019. Their specialized focus in estate planning, probate, and elder law ensures exceptional care and expertise in managing assets, wills, trusts, and legal matters for you. Call 636-442-4670 or visit hollanderlegal.com and ensure that your loved ones are protected. Hollander Legal, your trusted estate planning and probate legal team.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.
Welcome back to Frank Barrow Stadium, second half action. Your Duchesne Pioneers battling the Veritas Christian Academy Eagles. And it has been all Pioneers so far this game as they lead by a score of 3-0. And Mike, what a good-looking half there from our 2025 squad.
Yeah, you never know what to expect at the start of the season. I do think we're going to see some bumps, along the way, as the kids get used to playing next to each other. But I think this team by the end of the season is going to be really strong.
I completely agree. And as the ladies were saying there, the captains were talking in our pregame interview, they think that one of the strengths of this team is that they are bonding so well already this early in the season. So just great to see.
Yeah, they've put together some nice passing sequences, slotting the ball through, and yeah, they look good so far tonight.
So Stockhausen on the ball, top of the box, and punches it just wide. So looking back at your stats here from the first half, shots on goal in favor of Duchesne, 11. Veritas, 0. Corner kicks, 9 for the Pioneers, 1 for the Eagles. And goals, we have 3 goals for the Pioneers, 0 for the Eagles. Those goals coming from Pirtle, Smith, and Small. And Pirtle not wasting any time as a freshman, getting on the board here 8 minutes into the home opener. 8:15 to be precise into the home opener. So just a great first outing, and clearly no jitters there, I guess, for her as she starts her freshman year here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, same could be said for their goalie, too. She's playing just an outstanding game. And, the same applies to Veritas. I mean, they've got 6 freshmen and sophomores starting.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
don't want to take away from that. They've got a lot of youth on this team, and they're going to grow, and they're going to certainly get a lot better. And their coach is very hopeful for the team, as I spoke with him here before the game. They're just a very young team, but they are going to they're going to lock it in here, and they will be a force to be reckoned with here in years coming.
Yeah, I think so. Very proud program. We're glad to have them, as a rival over the years. Not just because we won, but
sure,
they're a good school, good kids. Coaches have always been good to deal with. So
and great sportsmanship.
Yeah,
I really, as you look across the board. Don't get me wrong. There are instances here and there where not everybody acts as they should, but you see that from other schools way more than you see it from Veritas, formerly O'Fallon Christian, right? So, like you said, Mike, very happy to get to continue to play some games against them. So, as they come here to Frank Barrow Stadium on a beautiful night, we had a 6 p.m. start. Temperature, I think you said, was 74 at the start. So,
yeah, beautiful out.
Sun is dropping just a little bit. The wind is still whipping. And we've got a little action top of the box there as Stockhausen still comes away with it. Oh, shot right at the keeper. Keeper could not keep hands on it, and a defender for the Eagles clears it out. So that's actually going to be a corner for the Pioneers.
She would like to have that one back.
She would love to have that one back as she is wide open. Stockhausen and the keeper 1v1, and unfortunately did not place that ball in a corner. Just tried to power it through, and that did not work out well.
That's Violet Sahida that does those throw-ins in our own offensive end. She does a great job with those. But, going back to Veritas, the thing they're going to have to come up with is some scoring. They lost Sydney Newell, I think, to graduation, who had 20 points last year. And, so they only returned 10 goals out of 19 scored last year and 33 points out of 50. So they're going to have to come up with some scoring.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you look at those,
isn't that every team though?
Yeah, exactly. When you look at those 6 freshmen, it's a tall task, right? But they will step up. They'll learn their roles and find their way, as they always do. Smith out to Stockhausen. Action here at the top of the 18, and the Eagles come away with a great little pullback move there.
And not too terribly long ago, back in 2018, they were state champs. They beat Notre Dame from Cape Girardeau 1-0. Different coach. John Wagner was a coach then. Now they're coached by Jack Baldwin. You know anything about either coach?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't
do
either.
not.
I needed more time today to delve into that. But.
My knowledge when it comes to that, it pales in comparison here, Mike. That's why I'm so glad you're along with me, because I can sit here and I can call the game a little bit. Not great, a little bit, right? But you bring so much meat and potatoes to this. I love it. I love it. It's a great combination. As Smith, top of the box, looks up, places the ball, and it's right to the goalkeeper, diving to her right. And Morrell makes yet another save here on the game.
Jason's because I'm old. I've seen a lot. I'm old.
Well, I'm not going to lie. The older I get, I don't think I'm getting any smarter, Mike.
So speaking of old, I wanted to say hello to a friend of mine, a classmate that I saw today. He's watching, Dave Bethman, and class of 77. And he was with his grandson, Owen, and we had lunch the last Friday of every month. We get together with a bunch of Duchesne classmates, and that today was the day. So I want to say hello to Dave.
Hi, Dave.
glad
so we
you're
know
watching.
We have at least one viewer.
We do.
We got that going for us. Eagles on the attack there. And that attack thwarted by Leah Krupich. Knocks the ball out of bounds. It will be an Eagles throw-in, but she will take that as it gives her teammates time to track back, find their shape, find their mark.
Let's talk about Nathan Spees for a moment. You alluded to that unfortunate circumstance, but you know, maybe go into a little more detail.
Yeah. So Nathan Spees here. For those of you that did not see in the news here recently, was thankfully released from the hospital. He is okay. We are thankful for that. Unfortunately, he did have a partial amputation on his leg. But they have a GoFundMe account that they are using to raise funds, and Backstoppers, of course, is going to be a part of the support, I guess, if you will, for years to come here for Nathan. But Nathan, an alumni, was trying to stop a attempted carjacking. There's a little bit of action here in the box. and it looks like she's all right. I just want to make sure the player was all right. But Nathan there, injured on March 17th as he was responding to a carjacking and evidently tried to pursue on foot and was hit.
He's City of St. Louis police officer.
Correct, correct. And was trying to pursue on foot and ended up getting struck by a car and had to go to the hospital, spent a lot of time in the hospital. His brother Nick was there as well with him. They did end up having to amputate part of his leg, so that's a big blow to somebody that's so active and so athletic, right? Still playing soccer for the Dueling for Lincoln Club, which has a lot of close connections here to Duchesne community. So certainly our thoughts and prayers are going out to Nathan and Nick and their whole family. But we are going to do a game here April 24th where we're going to raise some more funds, and we're going to put that towards any of his recovery efforts, things that he may need in the future. As you know, Mike, those medical expenses, they can really pile up really quick.
Yeah,
that's where you need good organizations like Backstoppers, and then charities, like, just, I guess, communities, if you will, like Duchesne that support as well.
Sure. Yeah, I understand that Backstoppers is doing a great job helping them out.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned his brother, Nick. They're twins.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Nick is an assistant coach on the boys team.
On the boys team, exactly.
And they both played here at Duchesne. Nathan graduated in 2012. He actually had 4 goals and 5 assists that year. But,
and I am not surprised at all that you have stats on Nathan.
Well, and he's such an active guy, even still, and which makes that injuries,
yes,
it's never good.
It's crushing.
But for
crushing.
him being such an active guy, I think he still played a little bit of recreational soccer. And then, the other thing, unfortunately, 2 years ago, he got shot in the other leg.
Exactly. He is not a stranger to incidents. Unfortunately, the city of St. Louis has not been kind to either of the Speece brothers, but especially Nathan. So we are certainly praying for you, Nathan, if you're watching this game, and we are in your corner, and we look forward to supporting you here on April 24th at a home game. If I remember right, I believe that is a game against St. Dominic, so we should have a good crowd here. I think that might be part of the reason why they're doing that as well. More bodies in the stands might mean more money for the Speece family as Nathan learns basically his new normal.
Well, and St. Dominic, that's an intense rivalry, but it would not shock me if they make some nice donations out of the stands.
I agree.
So
I agree that while we do have a strong rivalry with them, they are good people, and they're going to see the good cause, and they're going to support absolutely. Mm-hmm. So here we are, Pioneer action, 3-0 your score in favor of the Pioneers. 10 minutes into the second half. Ball struck into the top of the box. Stockhausen's on it, but can't come away with it, unfortunately. And the Eagles are just going to clear it out to the side, and the Pioneers are going to get a substitution here, bring in some fresh legs.
So I was looking at this year's schedule versus last year. We're playing 11 teams this year that we played against last year. We picked up Father Tolton this year, St. Louis United, Incarnate Word, and St. Charles. And then we don't know yet on the Orchard Farm tournament. We're in that again this year, right? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So we don't know who will pop up in that. But, yeah, so we're fairly familiar with 11 of the teams because we faced them last year.
And speaking of our schedule here, as we move forward, if you're looking for our live home action on our live stream, look no further than April 1st versus Villa Duchesne. As we welcome them here, I can't remember the last time the ladies have played Villa Duchesne. Did we play them last year? I don't.
Why did you ask
It doesn't
that?
ring a bell. Well, because you're the statistician here, Mike.
Let me
I'm just a talking head.
See, last year.
And as Mike looks that up, I do want to point out. We did play them. Okay, so my memory is wrong. Anyways, I do want to point out and say thank you to the ACA as they presented Duchesne High School with a check for $177,000. So we certainly appreciate the Archdiocese, the Annual Catholic Appeal, all of their support. There are so many wonderful things happening up here at Duchesne that money is certainly needed. We have aging facilities up here, right? That's the best way to put it, and they require some upkeep, either that maintenance or just complete replacement. And it's fun to actually see a lot of the enhancements that are happening up here. One of them, which you can see as you drive by right now, Mike, they've started work on the new digital billboard that's going to be right out in front of the tennis courts. And looking forward to seeing that thing in action. It's really starting to take shape out there.
Yeah, and we want to thank Mike Didion, actually a classmate of ours, that donated a significant amount, and let me underline significant, to make that happen. That was all Mike Didion. So, Mike,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, if you're watching or listening, thanks so much.
We certainly appreciate all that support there. And we look forward to seeing, I would assume the Didion name might be the first one that appears on that board there, Mike, right? So we'd love to see that up there. As the Pioneers streak into the box there, great defending. They get away from it, shot on. Oh,
what a great
save by
save.
Morrell. As Pirtle goes down in the box, no foul, all ball, says the ref. But great hustle by Pirtle to try and scoop up the rebound coming off of that shot by Stockhausen.
If Addie Morrell is this good as a freshman, can you imagine by the time she's a senior, and she's got good size, good hands, she's good with balls,
fantastic
coming through in the air. Yeah, I'm impressed.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? And I'm going to throw it out there. She's a candidate in my mind for one of the players of the game here right now. I think she has been absolutely fantastic. And it's kind of funny because the two candidates that come to mind for me, Charlie Pirtle and Addie Morrell, right? A goal scorer and a goal saver. So just fantastic players. And we may just have to do two, right? One for each team. It's hard to say.
Yeah, we can do that.
We make up the rules anyways, Mike.
So I attended the Duchesne Gala at the Maristar. Man, what a great event that was. And I had the honor of sitting at the same table with Charlie Pirtle's parents.
Oh, yeah.
And they own Emerge Fitness. I think they have 2 locations in St. Charles County. And you couldn't meet 2 nicer people. And they actually, train and they were really, really nice. They did a good job with Charlie. And, obviously she's going to be very fit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about her fitness level here. I know Coach, stresses that. Every coach stresses that to their athletes in the offseason. But I think she's going to be one that, Coach won't have to get her on her. Her parents will take care of that for her if she doesn't have that drive herself. So, Eagles here kind of starting to gain a little momentum as starts off with a great punt there from Morrell. Gets him down into the attacking third. Just having a hard time sustaining that pressure as the Pioneers very quick to respond and collapse on the ball, not giving a lot of space there to the Eagles.
Yeah, and I'm sure their coach is trying to sort out. He's got all these new players, where to put them on the field. You got to start somewhere, but I'm sure they're not going to end up in the same spots by the end of the year. A lot of them, anyway.
So ball knocked out off of Eagles players. Throw in here for the Pioneers. Second half action. Pioneers leading 3-0. 16 minutes into the second half.
Did you see our district this year?
I did. We've got a fun one. Oh, look at you. You've even got notes on the district notes that they give us. Why am I not surprised here, Mike? So we are Class 2, District 3, along with Fulton, Mexico, Moberly, Orchard Farm, St. Charles West, Winfield, and Wright City.
You can see the last year's records here. Collectively, they were 72 wins, 93 losses, and 1 tie. That doesn't include our season, but Moberly was 24-5 last year, and we're the district champ. We weren't in that district last year.
24-5.
Right.
Ball coming across here that's knocked out of bounds. The flag stays down. I actually half expected a offsides flag to go up on that one there. She looked like she was maybe a step off, but
Orchard Farm last year was 14-8. We don't play, we didn't play any of them last year. And this year, I think we we played St. Charles West last year, won 6-0. We play them on May 12th, and then the rest of them we'll see in districts.
Stockhausen strikes it from outside the box, and it goes wide to the left. That will be a goal kick for the Eagles. So Stockhausen still working on her command here right now, trying to place that ball. But certainly no stranger to the action as she finds herself in the middle of a lot of plays I'm sorry. No, that was Saheda. My apologies there. That was Violet Saheda there that struck it wide.
So Duchesne returns 7 players that scored 23 goals last year. So 64.
Oh, and another great save by Morrell, and that's going to go out for a corner on a wonderful passing play there as that ball touched 3 different Pioneers before a shot on.
She's a little banged up looking at her hip there.
Mm-hmm. Ground is not forgiving here. It's a little hard. Even though we did have a little bit of rain here. Still a tough surface right now. Certainly something that spring soccer can throw your way, but usually not for long. Once the spring rains start to hit, when you really start to get mushy out there. Bouncing ball, top of the box. Eagles come away with it. And they're able to get the clearance and start to work up the field as they work towards midfield. Grizzle there to stop. Looking right back up the field. Oh, and we've got a pass back to hands, and that is called. So that's a good heads-up call there by the center referee as that ball was played from feet to hands.
Just a little bit of a communication gap there. Correct. I really liked how the freshman keeper came off her line.
Absolutely.
Didn't hesitate.
So she actually started outside of the box and then came back in, picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an indirect kick here coming up for the Pioneers. Right at the top of the 18. And now they're going to call for 10. Referee signals that they have to back up and wait for his whistle. Halfway through the second half, 3-0 Pioneers. Indirect free kick coming. And a shot on. Oh, and it just goes high. That was tipped off of an Eagle, so that's going to be a corner kick. But, wow, what a weird bouncing ball as it strikes off the head of an Eagle, goes up, hits the crossbar for football, comes down behind the crossbar of soccer and at the top of the net. Just a weird bouncing play. Corner kick incoming. Good strike. Came in strong. Pioneers come away with it once again. That ball goes bouncing in, and we find the back of the net, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Stockhausen with the goal. 4-0 Pioneers. 20 minutes left to play in the game.
Pioneer goal scored by number 6, Katie Stockhausen.
That was a nice goal outside of her right foot. Put it right where it needed to be.
So one of the captains of your 2025 Pioneers finds the back of the net and puts the Pioneers up 4-0 halfway through the second half.
And I've got to give Veritas credit. I mean, they're playing hard. You know, they haven't, it's 3-0 first half. They didn't lay down or, ease up. I mean, those girls, I respect them. They're playing as hard as they can.
They really are. They're keeping their heads up, and it is good to see. And, that's one of those things, too. They just need to give it some time. And I know it's certainly easy for you and I to say that up here, right? And it's hard for them. Mm-hmm. But just give it a little bit of time.
That kind of effort will carry you a long way over a season.
And we have a foul against the Pioneers here. And they're going to check on the Eagles player and make sure they're all right as we hear a word from one of our sponsors.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Mike, what about you? You a fan of Raising Cane's?
I am.
Yeah?
I love it. Yeah.
I'm a Chick-fil-A guy.
I wondered when they first came out how successful. I mean, just strictly chicken finger, but man, they are good.
Yeah, well, and I hear that from everyone, and here's the reason, right? I'm not trying to throw a plug for Chick, but I would love to go support Raising Cane's, especially as they support us. However, I have to be gluten-free, and I can't order a single thing on the menu at Raising Cane's.
Well, take it from me, they're really, really good and busy. There's
very busy,
always a line.
Yeah.
So,
and they're always supporting Duchesne, one way or the other. A lot of different, Dine to Donate nights and, giving out free gear here. They've been at our football tailgates. What a great sponsor here for Duchesne High School. So Raising Cane's, thank you guys so much. If you are hungry, please go support the Raising Cane's right here on First Capital in St. Charles. And tell them Duchesne High School sent you. Tell them Mike Ryan sent you, because if you tell them Jason Boschert sent you, they're not going to know who I am. 4-0 Pioneers over the Eagles right now. 17 minutes left to play in the game. And another substitution coming for Pat Turner as he's trying to get more minutes for his bench players and get everybody some minutes out there, get them used to the game, ready to go. As he said there in his halftime report, looking to get those quality minutes so those players are ready for them when the games really do count, and they needed those substitutions later in the season as injuries come, as fatigue starts to set in.
Well,
it's a very smart coaching tactic.
Yeah, and it keeps the kids engaged and, feeling like they're part of the team. And it's all good. There's nothing, no downside to doing that.
Well, and another aspect of it too, right, is being a good sport, right? You recognize if you were to throw your starting 11 out there and keep them out there for the entire game, it becomes a very lopsided game. And that's not fun for anybody, right? So let's get those minutes to the players that may not get them in the more challenging games. And just another good sportsmanship right there, right? A little bit of step on the foot, and that was number 18. And I don't have an 18 here in my program, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't
for Veritas, but immediately going over to the Pioneer player and making sure she's all right there. Obviously, that was just a little accident.
Veritas looking to sophomore Tegan Ryan. She had 15 points last year, and she plays up top, number 7. So they'll be looking for her to knock a few in this year. And like I said, they don't have a lot of returning scores, but some of these younger kids, I'm sure, will step up.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you wondering, Veritas is a Class 1 school, so we will not see them in the postseason. So that being the instance, we wish them all the best in the postseason then, seeing that we don't have to play them.
Our schedule's jam-packed, though, isn't it?
It certainly is.
The next couple of weeks.
Yeah. A lot of front-loaded home games here for us.
What do we have, 3 games next week?
I think so, yeah.
Here?
Yeah. Nice little pass back there to Danker.
That's probably
keeper.
I think that's only second or third time she touched the ball. Yep, offside.
Oh, and an offsides call there against Emma Lowe, who would have been all alone with the keeper. That's a freshman streaking up the middle. So good to see a freshman not afraid to get out there and give it a shot, right? Push the limits a little bit.
Being a little aggressive, nothing wrong with that.
Hey, you never know, right? It could be a step off, and maybe the linesman doesn't catch it, and you're all alone, but you don't know if you don't try. As the ball comes in, still not touched, still indirect, and now it's passed back to Danker. I don't know why I keep saying Dankner. My allergy doctor is Dr. Dankner. That's not a plug for Dr. Dankner, by the way. But just trying to let everyone know why I cannot say Maddie's last name for some reason tonight.
So Maddie's grandfather, Jeff Denker, graduated in 1974 from here, and her great uncle was in my class, Jim Denker, in 1977.
Did you have to pull up stats on that, or does that just come from the old hat rack there?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days. Yeah. Yeah.
Pioneers clogging up the middle of the field here very well.
Maddie's aunt and uncle went to school here as well.
And that one knocked out there by Emily Small. Violet Saheda back in. Like seeing her here more in the middle. If I recall right, I think she played more of the wing last year. And I like seeing her in the middle. She's got good vision, good speed, good touch. She's a strong player.
Yeah, Allison Slattery's had some good moments tonight. I was keying on her a little bit, and yeah.
Saheda steps up and knocks it wide.
I'm not counting that as a shot.
No.
Too
no.
Too
far
off.
If it's even outside the 6, yeah.
So Ella Burke, number 27. So you were going to talk to us about Ella.
Yeah, so Ella here, part of the hockey team, finished up her freshman year on hockey squad and evidently did very well.
She did.
Scoring a number of goals and just an excellent teammate. And, of course, her brother, Ben Burke, state champion, goalkeeper.
Tremendous goalkeeper.
Oh, fantastic. And
to
think we didn't even know he was a goalkeeper because he was playing the field for his first 3 years here.
Yeah, and he was not a very big guy, but, boy, he made the saves.
He certainly did. So good to see Ella, and clearly the athleticism runs in that family because when you see her out here, just every sport that she does, she certainly gives it her all. She's got the work ethic. She's got the athleticism. And when you talk to her off the field, what a great kid. Just wonderful.
I spoke to her mom before the game. She was over at the concession stand.
Yep.
Yeah, great family. Ella, I actually attended a number of hockey games this year, and she held her own. I tell you what, she wasn't afraid to put the stick on the opponent, and
not easy to do.
Yeah, she's tough.
The National Women's Hockey League coming to Enterprise Center here this Saturday. Hopefully, it's going to draw a good crowd. Love to see more anticipation and more support for female sports. So always love seeing that as they come. I'm hoping that down the road here, just a little ways, we'll get a NWSL team, right? Get a soccer team for the women. So
Raised over $230 this evening to get a jump start on our mission week. So thank you to our students, fans. We appreciate you.
So $230 raised on the 50-50 for Mission Week. And that's going to go towards Heifer International, as we spoke earlier. Great organization there, providing food for families in need.
Yeah, great cause.
And ball just misplayed a little bit there by Small as it came in a little awkwardly on her shins.
So, Jason, I'm going to make you a mind reader. What do you think Patrick's Coach Turner is wanting out of this game? What is he looking for?
Out of this game, I think he's going to be looking to connect more passes, which I think they're working on. Just kind of listening to his direction as we're, when we take a break from the mic, I try to listen in and see what's going on there. And he's certainly trying to call for those give and goes, those 1-2-1s, and just trying to figure it out and get them in the rhythm. Because if you can do that against a lesser opponent, you might be able to do it against a better opponent. If you can't do that against a lesser opponent, you definitely won't be able to do it against a better opponent.
Yeah, they'll be all over you.
Exactly. So those are the kind of things that we need to work on, and it's very hard to replicate in practice. So you want to work on them in the game. And some of the best coaches, Pat Turner included, see the games as an extension of practice, really. It's not about the record for the year, right? It's about when we get to postseason, do we have what it takes?
Right. That's what you're wanting to peak at the end of the season. It's unlike the Missouri Tiger basketball team. But we won't talk about that.
That stings. But we could very easily turn that around and say, just like the Blues, holy cow, an 8-game winning streak? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're playing really, really well.
Yeah. And the Pioneers here taking a page out of the Blues playbook as they're up 4-0, looking to start their 8-game winning streak starting tonight.
So what do we have, one game in us before this against Troy?
Correct. That was a 2-0 loss. And the Eagles came into this one with a 2-1 loss in overtime, actually in PKs. They made it all the way through double overtime, and Coach was telling me, hey, you know what? We maintained the possession. We had the flow. everything was going our way. We just couldn't find the back of the net, and it ends up turning into a PK loss. But
yeah, that's soccer.
Exactly. So, yeah, we both come into this contest 0-1. But, yeah, a lot of action coming up here. I mean, like you were saying, we've got 3 games at home next week, the 1st, the 3rd, the 7th. Oh, no, I guess it's just the 1st, the 3rd, and then the 7th and the 9th are the home games, if you will.
I think you had it right the first time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, look at me.
Villa Duchesne on the 1st.
Yep.
Father Tolton on the 3rd. Francis Hall North on the 7th. Whitfield on the 9th. And then we're in the Arch Farm tournament.
Okay. So the 7th and the 9th being a Monday and Wednesday. So we've got a Tuesday, Thursday game next week, and then a Monday, Wednesday game the following.
So was I right or wrong there?
I think you were wrong.
So
I'm going to call you out only because you're right 99% of the time.
Well, I'm
right?
looking at what we took off of the Misha site. So we're going to have to give them a phone call. They made me look bad.
Could you just ask them to put the day of the week on there too, right? Help us out. We need all the help we can get here in the press box. Pioneers leading 4-0, 7 minutes left to play, second half action.
So yeah, come on out and watch. The girls, they're going to be a lot of fun this year. I would also encourage you to go out and watch the boys baseball team. They're coming off a state championship last year. I think they returned all of the starters except for their left fielder who graduated. And my understanding is the freshmen that are on the team this year are really, really good. So good times ahead for baseball.
A lot of fun. They've got an event coming up here, and I don't know if I have the actual date, but I know they did it last year where it's just a big old baseball bash. And the Dean of Students, Kurt Schneider, gets out the grill, and, you know, they've got all kinds of non-alcoholic drinks, all that stuff there for the fans, the Duchesne fans. And we just have a really, really good time supporting the baseball team. So, yeah, I do have that here. It's the baseball or ballpark bonanza, Wednesday, May 7th. That's going to be at BMAC in Bridgeton, and that's against Wright City. So it's a 4:30 barbecue, yard games, all that beginning, and then 5:30 is your first pitch. So that'll be a lot of fun. Get out there and support those state champions.
And we have to give a shout out to Mike Hollander and his coaches. They do a great job. You know, they work with the kids and they have summer camps and do all that, and it's really paying off. He's a wonderful coach.
And he doesn't stop there. He's one of our big supporters here. In fact, we've got a commercial that we've played here a couple times for him. All his support here. We certainly appreciate that.
Graduated from Duchesne. He was a great athlete.
Long ball lofted, kept in, trailed back as the Pioneers try and reset, get the cross across. Oh, man. And it's a good little foot there, jabbing the ball out. Shot coming in. It's a great shot. Oh, going wide. Looked like it had a chance at the far post, but just struck a little wide.
Yeah, Mike Hollander's parents both went here as well. Lynn Holt, she graduated in 78, and Steve, who is an architect here in town, big supporter of Duchesne. He's running unopposed, I think, for city council.
He is, yeah.
And,
Ward 10. He's in my ward.
I think
I might vote for him.
I think he was 74. So
Steve's a great guy. I work with him quite a bit professionally as I'm a builder, and he's an architect, and he is my go-to guy. There's a difference in quality if you're a carpenter or in construction. I'm sure you've seen blueprints that are maybe subpar from other builders or other architects, and that's certainly not what you get from Steve Hollander. His crew over there, they just do a fantastic job. They cover all the bases, and you know that when he's got his name on it, it's done right.
What gives away the bad ones? They're written on a napkin or something?
It's not far from that. Ball volleyed on. Oh, it's scooped in. Great little diving save there by Morrell.
So far this half, Duchesne has 8 shots on goal. Veritas 1. We have 4 corner kicks. Veritas none. And then we had our 4th goal scored in the second half, about 20 minutes in, by Katie Stockhausen making the score 4-0.
Bouncing ball here. Emma Lowe trying to track back to grab it. Freshman, still learning the ropes.
Game sort of settling in, isn't it?
Yep, Pioneers kind of getting cut up here just a little bit. Diving in and maybe not totally committing.
Well, no sense in doing that.
No.
Actually, you know, there's no sense in getting
no, you certainly
up.
don't want to get banged up on it and don't want to injure anybody else.
Right. I was going to say long seasons, but it's really not. I mean, it's a shortened duration and time-wise.
Ball played up the middle by the Eagles. Intercepted, and that was a fantastic little defensive play there by Daly Meyer, who hasn't seen too much action here tonight, but when she has, she's been up to the task. So
our last game, scheduled game, is on May 12th. So
not far away.
No, not at all. And then we go into districts after that.
Ball played up the middle. Danker comes out, easily scoops it up at the top of the box. Elect to punt this one out, and she's going to go near side, looking for Lowe.
Before we leave tonight, we want to thank Drew Moore, the Drew Meister.
The Drew. What looked to be a promising attack for the Eagles, very quickly broken down by Brooke Kammerer.
Yeah, she's got some nice speed.
She does. And you could see it there. It didn't quite look like she was at 100%, and she was still blowing past the attacker. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in for the Eagles as they've been struggling to try and keep up with the Pioneers here this evening.
Kammerer will be back next year. She's a junior this season.
Ella Burke coming off after her first shift there. A lot of high fives on the benches, a lot of smiles. And we have a minute and a half left to play here. 90 seconds left in the game. Pioneers leading 4-0. Whew. And we've got 4 different goal scorers here on the evening. Pirtle, Smith, Small, and Stockhausen.
Love that. It's nice not to rely on just one person up top.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Pioneers unable to keep it in.
It's a foot race.
It is a foot race. And here comes Kammerer. Kammerer with great pressure forces the attacker, Emily Deitzenbach, to shoot that early, and a very easy save for Danker, who is only in her second game here as the goalkeeper for the Pioneers. Eagles on the attack once again, but the ball goes out before they're able to get the cross off. So with 25 seconds left to play, it's going to be a goal kick for the Pioneers as they look to improve their season record to 1-1.
It's great to be back. Missed it.
Oh, absolutely. I had this day marked on the calendar for quite a while, Mike. Is like, oh, I can't wait, right? Been hitting up the Twitter feed, the X feed, whatever you call it now. And really been looking forward to this day. As the clock strikes 0, your Pioneers win by a score of 4-0.
Nice job by the girls tonight.
Pioneer shutout by your goalkeeper, Maddie Danker.
So that was great. Coming home and taking the victory and looking for more of those this year.
Absolutely. Always good to see the squad. You never know what the year's going to bring, but I really like how they look out there tonight. I like the ability to get to see all the different players as they come together, and some of those players that we might not see a lot of here later in the season. It's good to see them get touches on the ball now and see what the future holds for the Pioneers.
Well, and you never know. One of those kids one or more may step up and be a sleeper on you. You know, somebody that has some abilities that maybe you didn't recognize or see at first.
Exactly.
And a confidence builder.
Yeah. So special shout out to our special guests that we had here today, Courtney Reimer and Tom Vogt. We appreciate them coming out and supporting us as well.
And also Nathan Speece. You know, we're all thinking about you, buddy.
Absolutely. So from Frank Barrow Stadium here on the campus of Duchesne High School. I am Jason Boschert along with Mike Ryan saying thank you for watching and enjoying a Pioneer 4-0 victory over Veritas Eagles.
Good night, everybody.
Worldwide Technology is a financially strong, privately held global technology service provider with over 30 years of experience, helping the world's largest and most innovative organizations think differently about technology and how it can drive their business forward. We've got smart people who can help you learn about the latest tech, acquire new skills, and train your team on the solutions integral to your organization's success. We work with our clients by developing collaborative partnerships that give them a holistic view from infrastructure to experience and everything in between. Create your account today at wwt.com and clear your path forward.
The Zach Plaquemire State Farm Insurance Agency is here to help with car insurance, commercial auto insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, and more. Their office opened in 2016 to serve customers in Florissant and St. Charles, as well as surrounding St. Louis County, with all their insurance and financial service needs. Zach is a State Farm Chairman Circle agent, which represents the top 3% of agents across the nation. Contact them today by calling 314-921-7900 to see how they can help you and your family.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Hollander Legal has been committed to providing exceptional legal assistance and protection to families and businesses in the St. Charles community since 2019. Their specialized focus in estate planning, probate, and elder law ensures exceptional care and expertise in managing assets, wills, trusts, and legal matters for you. Call 636-442-4670 or visit hollanderlegal.com and ensure that your loved ones are protected. Hollander Legal, your trusted estate planning and probate legal team.
Usually I bring the phone and he has to read it. I didn't bring it. I don't want to get addicted. I'm making a phone. Hey, Pat. I always think about it. You don't have to court card, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll see you then. We'll see you then. Thank you. I just carry it like I got a car, right? Because remember when you used to get in the car and you didn't think about it? But now it's like I get in the car and I don't have my back. I didn't see we're on our second switch. Oh, yeah. We're on yeah. We blew the whole thing up. I don't think it's Hey, Tommy Tom. Hey, thank you, buddy. No. You just look at that out there. I say that. I just see that. See me when I'm like 9 years old, running around. Yes, sir. Hi, buddy. Hey, thank you for being here. It's good seeing you. You too.